here's a lovely story for you as we head to 20 minutes before 8 on Morning Live. It's a story of hope. Theo Keltz and Frans Steltz ride their motorcycles around the world, highlighting the plight of the 1 billion hungry in the world. But the biggest story here is that Theo lost both his hands from a pipe bomb in the line of service as a police officer. Now, some years later, he received 2 prosthetic hands following an operation performed at the University of Innsbruck Hospital. And yes, his hands are fully functional. He made history when he got a motorbike license, and now him and his friend have just finished a trip throughout Africa on their motorbikes in Cape Town. They finished it there. And you don't have to take my word for it. They're here. They're with us in studio. So here's Theo and here's Frans. Good to have both of you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
When did you arrive in Cape Town?
Please.
Maybe for 10 days ago.
10 days ago?
Yes, yes.
And how long has your journey been?
We are starting in Austria 30 miles.
13 or 13?
Yes, together 3 months.
3 months.
3 months,
Okay,
yes.
for 3 months.
3 months.
You've been on your motorcycles going
Yes.
around. That's incredible. Now, talk to us about what happened to you. It's an amazing story. What happened to you with your hands?
I was a police officer, and I was for the pipe bombs. I works with the bombs, yes.
Yeah.
And terrorists in Austria had a bomb in the school with many peoples, yes. And the chief said to me, "You must go to the school," and the bomb looking, yes.
Yes.
And I give the bomb outside, and I give the stuff, yes, outside. This is 6 kilos. And after that, I give the bomb on the X-ray, and when I give the bomb on the X-ray, it's exploded in my hand. The rest from the stuff is exploded and lose both hands and both eyes in the first time, yes.
Both your eyes and your hands?
Yes.
Now, you had an operation, and, I mean, you've got fully functional... Let's talk about your hands first. So you had a hand transplant?
I had a hand transplant, yes, in 2000, and before I lived 6 years with prosthesis.
Okay.
Yes, and after that I have the hand the transplantation, and she's 20 hours, the operation.
Wow.
And I have this vision. I became new hands. New hands.
Yeah.
I sleep in a room 2 months after the accident, and I have a dream with 2 new hands. And after this dream, I write to my doctor, Professor Margreiter, in the University Clinic in Innsbruck, and said, "You transplanted me 2 new hands."
Yeah.
He said, "It's not possible now." I write 50 university clinics around the world, and all together write back to me, "It's not possible, Mr. Keltz." And I write more times Professor Margreiter from the University Clinic in Innsbruck, and said, "You must transplant it 2 new hands."
Yeah.
And 6 years later, at 2 o'clock in the morning, ring the phone, and Professor Margreiter on the other side, and said, "Mr. Keltz, you came in my hospital, and you have 2 new hands." And I go with my wife together, and Mr. Margreiter and Mrs. Spieser, and this is the operation chiefs,
Yeah.
yes, said, "Mr. Keltz, we have 2 new hands, and is for you okay when you go to the transplantation?" I said, "Yes, it's okay." And 50 hours later, I wake up, and she liked the picture like my dream. I have 2 new hands.
Wow. That is the most amazing story. Would you mind showing us? Because, I mean, I don't think anybody can actually see that those are not your hands.
Yeah, here on this side,
Yeah.
you can see this,
And that's
here.
the joint. So they joined over there. Look at that.
It's very, very good to transplant it. Very, very good, works.
It's a brilliant job. That is unbelievable. I mean, and then you go from having no hands, no eyes, because obviously your eyes, as you say, you lost both your eyes.
Yeah, the eyes is in the acute hospital, in the first hospital where I came after the accident.
Yeah.
It's operated my eyes, new corona and new lens on the left hand side, and in the right hand side it's put it on the skin and my eyes. Yes.
So this all happened in 2000. 14 years later, you have been riding on a motorcycle for 3 months. And your good friend, I mean, you guys have been friends for many, many years?
Yes.
And you decided to join him?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And now, Leanne, you understand Helping Hands with this big story, this amazing story with New Hands. We connected this with the biggest crisis in the world, the worldwide hunger and food crisis. Day for day died 25,000 people, day for day. And in this time are 1 billion humans hungry.
Yeah.
Yes, and now our message. Yes, it's possible. You see this new hand. Yes, we can.
Anything is possible, and you can do it.
And we can close this bad crisis worldwide. Yes.
How have you managed to raise funds, or is it more to raise awareness?
Yes.
What you are doing?
Yes.
Is it to raise awareness, or have you raised money at the same time?
Yes, at the same time we connected this, we meet people, we make collection in Addis Ababa, in Lusaka, and so on. A lot of lections. Yeah. The most of the lections on the poor people, the children on the street, and so on, in Tanzania.
Oh, you know, I want to keep talking to you because but there's just time is against us.
Yes.
But you've got a website, so it's www.helpinghands-2014.org.
That's correct.
That's the website. So please go and visit this, helpinghands-2014.org. Are you loving South Africa?
Yes.
Yes. It's very nice, South Africa. All the people very nice.
Yeah.
Helping us all over when we need help. And it's very, very nice people. And I said thank you on all these people.
Fantastic.
In South Africa, always helped us, the warm helpness, the peaceful time here.
Yeah.
We can only thank you, it's beautiful.
Oh,
South
so
Africa,
happy.
thank you very much.
I am so happy. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for talking to us and telling your
Thank
unbelievable
you,
story, because that is, you're so right. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. I think you've told us that. Theo Keltz and Franz Steltz riding their motorcycles around the world to highlight the plight of the 1 billion hungry people in the world. And Theo, you heard his amazing story. Anything is possible. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you after this. Stay tuned.